Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bellied Up podcast. We are here at CJ's Tavern here in Fargo, North Dakota.
We're living, Miles. We are living. It's a nice day.
We are live.
We're here right now, Miles. You and me, there's nothing between us. Nothing but this old beer and this old beer. You know, Miles, I've been thinking about satisfaction recently.
Okay. You miss your girlfriend?
A little bit. A little bit, but it goes beyond
I can't get no
satisfaction. Miles, I've just been thinking about these oddly satisfying things. So I'll tell you this. I was out with my buddy. We were fishing in the river. Fly fishing, don't judge. And the train came by. There was a lot of railroad tracks. They put them by the rivers. The rivers were the first GPS for the railroad tracks.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. And as this train went by, it was one of them long, slow-moving trains. One of those trains that would bother you if you were sitting in your car. But because I was sitting in a river, I had not a bother in the world. So I looked at those train cars, and I took a deep admiration at them. Admiration, as some might say. And I wasn't just admiring the freight in the cars or the train moving across the tracks, though both of those are a beautiful testament to the ingenuity of the Americans in the early 1800s. What I will say is that the art on these train cars was phenomenal. Throughout the United States, these train cars are sitting in these places where people have paint and cans, and they spray them. And the art is beautiful, and they create this traveling art show, if you will. This exhibit, this traveling exhibit.
That is actually a very good point.
Isn't it cool? It goes on tour throughout the country,
Artists need to start advertising that. Tracking the trains, be like, I'm doing an art exhibit.
So put like a one of those Apple locators on it, a GPS tracker.
Yeah.
Is this where you can see my exhibit? It's going on.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
It is.
Just tape a air tag to it.
Yeah, so people know where to see your work.
That actually would go viral online.
We should do it.
We should do that.
We should find an artist.
We should graffiti a train.
I gotta practice my graffiti skills.
That's all right.
We could, and then we could tell people, like, we do a bellied up mural.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start practicing our graffiti and make this a reality.
Yeah,
because on that day, dude, I saw Teletubby. I saw a lot of tags from various gangs, around. Those were standard, and some nice, those gangs, I mean, they really, there's some deep emotion there.
It's also like funny, like you're part of a gang, it's all rough and tough, but then they got one guy who's like, I'm the artist. Let me just throw our tag up there. They're like, yeah, do it. That's sick. Oh my God, that tag looks fabulous, dude. Let's go. All right, hop on the back of my bike. We're going.
Exactly.
He's like, okay. I did crush that, didn't I?
The guy's got to be protected in every gang war.
Yeah,
you can't kill.
It's like the drummer boy in the Civil War. They're like, you can kill any of us. Don't kill the artist. We need our tag to live on. Okay.
I'm glad that's something that can't be mass produced yet. Tagging.
Yeah.
There's no big stencils out there, really. But no, I saw a bunch of good ones, man. There was a Ghostbusters, the little green guy in Ghostbusters. He was on there. It was. Oh, and Ninja Turtles made an appearance. So, anyways, that's something I find oddly satisfying.
I only see tags around here.
Yeah, well, but what I'm saying, Miles, is on most cars you just see tags, but when you have
all day to look at it.
This train was going for 20 minutes past us. That's how long them big old trains are. And a lot of these trains, even they circumvent them through the road. So even when you're stuck at a thing, you don't often see it unless you're in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where it runs straight through the friggin' city.
Or Moorhead, Minnesota.
You'll see them there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and these are not fast moving trains. This is not your Amtrak. This is nice and slow and go. I appreciate that. Yeah. Shout out to the artists out there.
Cheers.
All you creative bastards. Keep doing your thing. Miles, what do you find oddly satisfying?
The first thing that pops into my mind is, when you're hunting in the field and do you have an over-under shotgun or no?
I wish. I love an over-under. Oh, yeah. My dad's got one. Okay. He don't let me do it. He doesn't.
You're going to take a shell to the eye, I think, is the problem.
I've used it before, but usually that's his gun.
For me, it's you crack it open, and then when you get to that point and it pops the shotgun shells out.
Oh, yeah.
And the barrel's still smoking. To me, that's just... Apologies to my wife, but it might be better than sex.
Wow. Damn. Wonder what Anna has to say about that. She's like, every time I crack open a Tupperware, better than sex.
I think part of it is, you just get a semi.
That was sexist, actually. I just said Tupperware for your wife.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Sexism. Ann, I'm sorry.
This is good. This is good.
Does Ann? This is good.
This is good that you said it, not me. This is good.
Backtrack.
I think why I like it so much is, you get a semi-automatic shotgun. It's just doing the shells out for you, right? It's just coming out of the gun.
Yeah.
Where something makes me feel more.
You're talking about hunting now, Mom? By the way, Ann, since she's a great photographer, it's the cards, the SD cards going in the camera. Fixed it.
There you go. Good save.
What were you talking about?
Mick, I like to think I'm a cowboy.
Yeah.
Manually popping the shells out of your gun just makes you feel like, the old guys.
Takes you to a different time, different place. That is pretty cool.
I don't know if they had that technology back then, but
I got similar vein. I got this old lever action Henry 22, and it kind of. And that kicks it out, not as satisfying. I'll give you that.
But anytime you're, even a pump shotgun's fun.
That's the way I go. I got a pump action Mossberg,
There you go.
And it's people like to say, oh, and I'm like, what do you mean, oh? It's a nice gun.
Yeah.
It doesn't shoot straight.
Does it have a full barrel on it, or did you saw it off?
No.
Look like Dominic Toretto rolling up to the pheasant patch.
No, it's camoed up. It's got the camo wrap. It's nice.
I love it. Did you paint it yourself?
No, I did. My car, I did. I can tell that's also satisfying. You take a tan car, and
I think you told us the story on here before.
That's satisfying. Mm-hmm. That's your way of saying don't retell the story.
That's another form of art, just like the trains. To go full circle, you were already doing it.
I get a nice camel pattern on there. I was.
You should have dropped an air tag in your car.
I should have.
And not only then people can witness your beautiful arts, they can steal the stereo out of it. Or if you lose a lot of shit, you'll always be able to find your car.
That's true.
It's just triple-edged sword.
That comes in handy.
Ever seen a triple-edged sword before?
No. I like that.
Yeah, I don't even know. I just invent.
I think you just invented it. It's the propeller of swords. When you think about it like that. But I like that, Miles. I like that. What else? Those are two pretty satisfying things right there, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever wish you were a cowboy?
I mean, in the romantic sense, I think everyone's been like, it'd be cool to be a cowboy until you realize either one, if you're going the outlaw cowboy vibe.
Yeah, that's the only way.
You're literally, people are trying to murder you every day of your life.
It's got to kind of.
So once you realize that sucks. And if you talk about being an actual cowboy in modern day, or even, not too long, it's hard work. It's not work. It's not this glamorized. Hey, I mean, you're working all day long.
Well, we're working all day long, Miles.
Yeah, but I don't got my hands up a cow's ass.
I don't know if you know this, Miles.
It doesn't come out of the ass. Vagina.
Yeah. How do you think?
I was just trying to avoid saying vagina on the podcast.
There are situations where you got to put your hand up a cow's ass, of course.
There we go.
We're talking about stool blockage or prostate exam. Anyways, Miles, should we take some callers?
I think we should. Curtis, you got Miles and Charlie from the Bellied Up podcast. I hear that you think that bowling should have some more respect on its name.
Absolutely. I think bowling is the most disrespected sport. I would like to specify sport because people refer to it as a game or a hobby. No, it is a sport, and it's not in the Olympics, which is another thing I'm very upset about. When that breakdancing lady goes all popular, when bowling is much more competitive and tricky than just flopping on the floor.
Yup. Curtis, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. As a big bowler myself, a guy who's rolled several 300s.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have.
No, you haven't. In Wii bowling?
No, in real bowling, Miles. And we would know if we ever bowled together, but you never wanted to bowl with me. So, Curtis, I 100% agree with you. I mean, talk about the athleticism that it takes to pick up a 12-pound bowling ball, put the right amount of spin, and just split that 9 and 11 right there. 7-11.
You only throw 12 pounds?
I knew that was going to be the next
Curtis,
thing.
you shut your dirty mouth, man. I'm not out here trying to flex. I know what I got, all right? So if I throw a 12-pound ball, that's on me, okay?
All right.
What do you throw, Curtis?
I throw 15, and I throw the crap out of it.
All right. Well, listen, Curtis, we're on the same team here, okay? So let's flex nuts at a different time. But I agree with you. I mean, if the Olympics can have rowing as a sport, then they can have bowling as a sport. If they can have judo as a sport, taekwondo, soccer, are you kidding me? And bowling's not included? Give me a freaking break. They have artistic swimming and no bowling. Weightlifting, triathlon, badminton, Miles. You know what's a good mitten? Bowling. That's what I'm talking about. Bowling should be an Olympic sport.
Yeah, I think the problem is right now there's no in the age of social media, in the age of big stars, I think bowling just needs one guy to be a loudmouth, in-your-face, cocky SOB to get people to pay attention, you know? It's like name one professional bowler right now.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Where is the Dennis Rodman of bowling?
Yes.
That's what we're looking for. Tats and everything.
Yeah, I mean, they had Pete Weber forever, though. Do you guys know who Pete Weber is?
I know, and the key word is they had him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Who do they have? That's the question. Who have they had recently?
Because Pete Weber, is he the guy that's like, who do you think you are? I am. Yeah, who do you think you are?
That's it.
I am. We need more of that.
More Pete Webers. What do you roll, Curtis?
Well, it's funny you talk. Wait, we said no flexing. I do have a few perfect games, but sorry, Charlie. I throw, a lot of different brands, and I may go pro one day. I don't know. I'm almost there. Maybe. I'd think about it. I think I need a little more time.
He could go pro. He just doesn't have time.
It's
my
true.
buddy.
I'm a college student, so it's hard.
Well, are you on the college bowling team?
We don't have one.
Start it.
I'm early.
Start it. What school are you at, Curtis?
I'm in a school not too far from Scranton. It's called Misericordia. That's the name of the school.
Misericordia?
It's a very interesting school. Yeah.
What are you guys known for, and why isn't it bowling? What year are you?
I just wrapped up my junior year, so I'm going into my senior year. What are we known for? I mean, our team just won last year, the 2024 season. Our baseball team won the Division III national championship. So, I mean, we actually beat a team from Wisconsin.
Did you?
Hell yeah. You guys won glorified high school championship. Nice. That's really good.
I believe it was Wisconsin Whitewater, maybe.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, they're always poking their head around championships. I know that about them.
Whitewater's got a good team. I'll say that much. But look, Curtis.
Those boys, they're looking good this year.
Curtis, there's two types of people in this world. There's the people that say, why is bowling not an Olympic sport? And there's those who say, I'm going to make bowling an Olympic sport. So my question for you, Curtis, is what kind of a man are you?
Oh, I'm going to make it an Olympic sport.
That's
All
what
right,
I'm
you're gonna
talking
start
about.
right here, right now. Let's hear the pitch.
I'm going to just go to them and be like, listen, you guys made a lot of money from that dance lady. And that's not even a real thing, right? So you want something that's loud, that's brash, and you want someone like myself representing the United States of America and maybe giving a couple, who do you think you are? I am, a couple other, gestures maybe that I won't say, but you want me to, make it great, and we're going to make it one of the biggest sports in the Olympics. People will be talking about it. They'll be like, why hasn't it been here for the last forever?
I like the passion, Curtis.
Yeah, I like the passion. You started picking it up at the end, which I like, but we're going to need, you can't be stealing his tagline. You can't be throwing his tagline around. You got to come up with your own. What is your tagline? You just smoke your 8th strike in a row. What are you turning around to the crowd, and what are you giving them?
Oh, I always say that I'm the man. I'm him. Those are my two go-tos.
Get more creative, Curtis.
Be more creative.
This has to be original. How about know your role and shut your mouth?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's the Rocks, though. I can't say that.
That's not the Rocks.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he hasn't been around wrestling in a minute, so steal it, okay? Be like China. If you can't do it, steal it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Charlie, what would be your catchphrase?
My catchphrase would be
I got a good one.
2 balls and no pin.
That was tough. You got to do something like, put that in your pin and smoke it. Something
You just screamed that in this bar, Miles. Everybody over here. Sorry, we're talking about bowling. Sorry. Well, Miles will buy you a beer.
Sorry.
Sorry. I like that.
You got the headphones on.
I know you had that.
Was it loud?
It was pretty loud. Yeah. You really screamed it in here.
I yelled.
Yeah.
I yelled.
Can we turn his headphones up so he doesn't do that again?
Charlie, what did you think of that one?
I thought that was pretty good. Put that in your pins and smoke it. That's good. Yeah, and then
you could steal that one if you want, by the way.
Oh, I might steal it.
I'm not going bowling anytime soon, so
yeah.
You should though.
Why? Why aren't you going?
I'm a golfer,
You're the
dude.
problem.
I'm a golfer. If I get
obviously, he's not a golfer. Little Big Lebowski quote for you.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
bowling,
you're not a golfer.
Yeah.
What is this? Obviously, you're not a golfer, man.
Anyways, I'm a golfer. That's why I'm not out there hitting pins.
Pin down.
Smoking pins.
Dead pins.
Smoking pins and taking names.
Dead pins. Horizontal pins. We're pretty bad at this all the way around.
Charlie, your show I thought was better. Yeah.
What did he say?
He said, "I thought your show was better."
Oh, thanks, Curtis.
Even like frolfing or disc golf has a cooler like slang around it. Banging chains. I mean, come on,
that is
sick.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
What is bowling? What's bowling's equivalent to banging chains?
Oh, have you ever slinged a messenger?
Slinged the messenger?
Yeah. So, it's when a pin comes across the lane. If you got maybe like the 10 pin that's up or whatever, that's my arch nemesis. And you just throw the ball so hard, a pin comes off the sidewall, shoots across the lane, and knocks that pesky 10 pin down. You call that slinging a messenger.
Oh, look at this. He's way into it.
I was thinking maybe something a little more provocative, like clanging and banging or something.
Clanging and banging. What I think is really missing, though, is the bowling influencers.
That's what I'm saying. Like Bryson DeChambeau. Do you know who that is?
No.
He's a golfer. He's basically like become a YouTuber, and he's a professional golfer, and he's helped golf kind of explode in the younger generations and stuff. We need a bowling YouTuber to really take off.
Also, I think we got to work on the shoes.
Yeah, you need a Nike deal or a New Balance deal with the shoes. Yeah.
Right. Like basically like the bowling shoes as it stands are very influenced by clowns. And I think we really got...
Hold on a second, Charlie. Wait a minute. That's only house shoes if you don't have your own shoes.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. They're getting cooler.
If you have your own shoes, they're pretty cool.
Are they?
Pull up bowling
Yeah.
shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Pull up. What brand would a bowling shoe be?
Look up like Dexter SS8s. Those are really cool.
Dexter, Dexter.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's also the problem. You need to be getting the more popular brands to make shoes.
Those look like biking shoes,
Those look
dude.
like those look like a cross between CrossFit shoes and Heelys. I don't know about those.
Maybe my style's a little different then.
You have bowling style. That's the problem. You got one style shirt in your closet, and it's all looks like Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men. It's not.
That was good.
Let's start adding some athleisure to the bowling leagues.
Yeah, they could really. I mean, some of these are cool.
You need to get Air Jordan to come out with a bowling shoe, and kids will flock to it.
Oh, that'd be sick. I love Jordans. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
because really you're kind of or you could go a different route and kind of because essentially bowling shoes have leather bottoms, correct?
Well, yeah, on the right shoe, yeah, or wherever your sliding foot is, it's like made to slide. So
that's it.
You need a character in the bowling world that's a cowboy, and he just wears his cowboy boot leather bottoms. And he just is slipping and sliding like it's a dance floor doing a two-step.
I like it. The two-step slides or the Jordan slides. Like Air Jordan, slide Jordan.
Like flip-flops, basically.
Yeah.
Slides, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
we're cooking here.
Yep. And I think are you always wearing pants when you bowl?
Only when I'm doing like big tournaments. Normally if I'm bowling league, I just wear shorts.
Yeah, maybe try like what basketball used to do back in the day. Like get some snap pants involved. So then you come out there, you throw your few warm-up bowls, your warm-up balls, and then you come to the side. You throw some chalk in the air to get your hands chalked up like LeBron James does.
There you go.
And then rip your pants off just to reveal a nice pair of slacks underneath.
Yeah, or you go like the full-on janitor suit, like a whole like a onesie, for your bowling uniform.
Yeah, like kind of like a prison jumpsuit.
Yeah, exactly. That's got some flair to it. And maybe
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, we're cooking here. It took us a little to get the brainwaves around it, but just the excitement, and then also we like for the influencers out there, we got to give them what do you call it? It's a like it's an experience. No, it's like an opportunity to take a photo. Like, how are we going to get the bowling content out there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we need like a GoPro right by the pins, and we need
just like modern sports.
Yeah.
They've put a camera everywhere in the pylon cam. The ref even has a cam on his hat bill.
Yes.
We need to put a camera on every pin. We need a camera on
in
the
the
ball.
hole.
We need a camera in the gutter. We need cameras everywhere.
We need cameras in every hole of the bowling ball at the end.
Yeah.
Like that Big Lebowski shot, they put a camera in the hole, have it roll down. That's what we need. We gotta really have people see it. Seeing is believing.
And secondly, another way we can fix bowling is I don't want to see a bowling alley with lane, and everyone else is standing behind.
Crowds.
I want crowds lined up along the whole lane.
Yeah.
They do that professionally. They are lined up down the lane.
I've never seen a clip.
I've never seen that either. Or maybe we're just not watching enough bowling videos
Talking
on
both
YouTube.
sides, have you ever seen basketball players shooting a free throw and all the fans behind the basket are waving their arms? There's one fat guy with his shirt off, jiggling his belly.
That's what
I want to see that at a bowling alley. I want to see that the crowd gets involved and start affecting those games.
I've figured it out, Miles. Figured out the catchphrase. You bowl, you hit a strike, you're like, bullshit.
Yeah.
No? Okay. Anyway.
What a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Kinda. We're getting there.
Yeah. You're getting there slowly but surely.
What do you think of the fan interacting, trying to distract the bowler?
I like it because during when I bowl league, I bowl with my dad the last few years, and he will do or say things in my backswing that will either cause me to laugh or have great concern as I am releasing the ball.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be good.
That's it.
Charlie, do your backs like you're gonna bowl
All right.
here. I'll be his dad. Your girlfriend's cheating on you.
That's we've seen those in golf videos, right? Where the guys are roasting the dude in his backswing.
Mhm.
We need that with bowling.
Correct.
We should go do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go to bowling alleys, just start roasting people. See if we can get a gun
There you
pulled on
go.
us. That'd be great.
That's a really good. I like that. You know, Charlie. Before we not to steer off the bowling thing real quick,
Roll off.
but
Go in the gutter.
Go in the gutter. I actually just saw you fairly recently. If I didn't bring it up, I'd be mad at myself. So
Okay.
You were up not far from the old Scranton, the Electric City.
Yeah.
You were in
Scranton.
You were in the Electric City. You were in Wilkes-Barre. I don't remember when that was. I
Yeah.
think it was in October, maybe.
Yeah. Good memory.
Yeah, it was really good. I went with my friend Dave. It was actually my birthday weekend, and I kind of felt bad because that crowd, they did not want to laugh, but we were dying up in the balcony.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. In Wilkes-Barre, from what I remember from that show is it was a lighter. I didn't sell a ton of tickets in Wilkes-Barre, maybe like 200-300, I forget. But it was a bigger room, and it felt better down there. They were laughing. See, Miles, this is me backpedaling on it. It was a fine show, but you were laughing even though no one else was. Is
Curtis,
what you were
gotta
saying.
remember that if you want to be a comedian like Charlie, you just black out the memories of those shows.
Yeah.
So he doesn't.
Yeah, I
remember.
completely forgot that wasn't a great show.
Because if comedians had memories, they wouldn't get on stage again.
That's
you know?
100% accurate. But you had a good time. Let's focus on the good, huh? You had a good time there?
Me and my buddy, it was my birthday weekend, so we had a real good time.
What he was saying is, I was hammered at your show. You could have been doing anything on stage. I would have been laughing.
No, I'm not a big drinker, but I had a good time.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. And, had I known you were a bowler, I would have brought you backstage.
Oh, dang. That's an opportunity,
That's
man.
just
Dang.
Charlie's type,
No.
He loves a guy with some greasy hands.
Yeah, talk about pins. Talk about pins
The
and
bowling alley was
pins.
right by there, man. We could have went.
Oh, we should have gone.
Man.
Next time I'm in Wilkes-Barre, we'll make it happen, all right?
All right, I'll make sure. I work at that bowling alley, so I'll make sure we'll get good. We'll get the good.
You work there too?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I gotta start asking the crowd if there are any bowlers in the audience. Next time.
You might be surprised. You might, especially in the Midwest. There are a lot of big time pros in the Midwest.
Sure is.
Making some waves.
Sure is. Well, I like where we're going with this. I think we need a guy like you to be pushing with the passion and the charisma to push bowling to the next level. And I think after this little brainstorming session, we're in a good way.
Yeah. So you got to get on YouTube and you need to develop a catchphrase.
Yeah. There we go. I do have a TikTok page going, but I got to figure out the catchphrase.
Well, shout it out. What's your TikTok?
My TikTok page is just Kurt Bowls, and I post, when I go to tournaments or stuff like that. It's not very original. I stole it from another TikToker that bowls in the Midwest, so it's not
John Bowles?
No, her name is Sarah Bowles. I stole it from a girl.
Okay. Well, that's cool. You
need to start doing some trick shots. That's what draws people in. Look at Dude Perfect. I mean, those guys are billionaires.
And I worked there, so I could do it.
Yeah, I know. After hours, do some trick shots. I guarantee you'll gain an audience.
Just a lot of broken bowling alleys.
Throw two balls at once.
There you go.
Them, so I'll be fine. I know how to fix them.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'm a mechanic, actually.
Oh, damn. That's pretty friggin' cool.
How tall are you?
How tall am I?
Yeah.
I'm 6'2".
Okay.
Good for you.
Talk to all sorts of mechanics on this podcast, Charlie.
You got to be like the John Daly, I think, of
He said he doesn't drink very much.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I could do.
I could start. No.
No, I like when I go golfing, I drink Arnold Palmer iced tea all the time. So maybe I can just make that my drink.
Well, you gotta start drinking John Daly's.
Yeah. You didn't say the Arnold Palmer. Where you want to start a charity or something? We're trying to get the game of bowling off the map. Okay, so start developing some drinking problems, and that's a good start. Just kidding.
Maybe if we had Tippy Cow up here, I could try it, but we don't have it here in PA, so
no,
unfortunate.
You don't need to drink to make bowling cool. It's cool as it is already. All right.
And then once he gets a few brand deals, he can set the product up like pins and then bowl the product.
Yeah, that's not a bad. Oh yeah,
10 pins of Tippy Cow, and he just bowls them through.
Yeah,
make them empty bottles though.
Yeah,
I don't want to waste. That's alcohol abuse. You know?
Yeah. Bowl with other things though. Bowl.
Can it bowl? That's your new series.
Bowl.
And then you just take, everyday items and try and get a strike with them.
Yeah, see what you can do with a marble.
Like a KitchenAid mixer down the lane.
Yeah. Well, that might not call. Find some circular.
Yeah, maybe like a watermelon.
There you go.
That's a great start.
That's a great can of bowl. Then you just drill the holes in there. That'd be great.
I go to the pro shop guy. We're close. I'll be like, hey, I need you to put some holes in this watermelon for me.
Yeah.
And I'll be set to go.
Every ball that goes there from now on just sticks to the deal halfway down.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, we'll be looking for you online. I think this is a great start to getting bowling at the Olympics and put them on the map.
I love it. Thank you guys so much. It was great chatting with you. And yeah, maybe I could be that pizzazz guy. I just got to come up with a catchphrase. So
You'll find it. Don't force it.
I'll find it. Right.
All right, man. Well, good talking to you. Have a good one.
Hey, thanks. Watch out for deer and tell your folks I says hi.
All right. We'll see you soon. Keep her moving now. Wow.
He's fighting an uphill battle.
He is. We didn't have much to offer him either. We tried.
Like, it's kind of one of those things that if a sport has a peak, it's tough to pull it back out of the valley. Because I feel like it peaked when my dad was, in high school.
Yeah.
He used to work at the bowling alley. He had his own ball, all that stuff.
Bowling alleys were everywhere. They were putting them in basements of bars like the Howler House, like we said, and... clubs had them. They had swimming pools. They had bowling alleys. Billiards too. But billiards is making a comeback.
Yeah.
Pool.
That's because of trick shots online.
Trick shots. Yeah. You gotta. Yeah, you really. But it's such a long distance. It's tough to get those camera views. So we gotta get that figured out. Oh, you know what we really need on bowling is like the NFL, how they have the camera on the wire that goes over the.
Yeah, we need a Wildcat camera.
Yeah, get one of them.
Or like if you watch luge in the Olympics.
Yeah.
They just like cut to different camera angles as they zoom past it. They need cameras in the gutters all the way down and it goes past each one.
Smart. And also let's reimagine the bowling alley. Could we have outdoors is great. Yes. Or could it, instead of being a straight line, could we have the mini golf version of
have like a little berm that it basically that's curved around. So a curved bowling alley.
Yes.
Curved lane.
Yeah.
That you got to use, the bank.
Extreme bowling.
I'm on board with that.
X bowling. Bowl X. The X Games.
XBL.
The X roll.
The XBL.
XBL. Exactly. And you, in order to determine, you got to win an arm wrestle to determine when you go, I mean, I'd start off pretty good against you.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah, go in second.
No, I've been working out. You've haven't lifted weights in a month, you said.
I'm getting back.
All right.
Well, should we do another caller?
Yeah. Hey, Russell, how's it going, man?
Not too bad. How about you? How about you guys? How are you doing?
We're doing great. We got a burning question to ask you. Burning. Who would make a better paralegal? Miles, the You Betcha guy, or Charlie, not the You Betcha guy?
Is that just, what is a paralegal?
It's two legals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, a paralegal does many of the things a lawyer does. They just can't practice law or go to court or give legal advice, but they can do almost all this stuff before that or with the help of an attorney. But my question would be for you two guys is, what attributes do you each have that you think would make you the best paralegal?
We write jokes.
I'm really good at moving goalposts, so I can always shift something in my favor just by some mental gymnastics.
I can roll a pretzel.
He didn't love that one.
No, he didn't love anything. He's silent over there, not saying anything, just letting us talk. This is why he's so good at his job, Miles.
Yeah, we're now nervous talking. Yeah. He didn't give us a response.
Yeah.
All right, okay. I see. We're being tested, Charlie.
Well, I know.
Yeah. How's your research and writing skills? How about that?
Well, I have a ChatGPT account, so pretty good. I have the deep research feature on it.
You pay for that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
How do you think I know so much about you?
Knows how to use ChatGPT. Check. All right, I got one for Miles.
I mean, that's kind of a big deal these days, I feel like, for a paralegal. I don't know. Charlie, I will have to say, and I'm going to say this mostly because when he asked about research skills, it really sounds like a job that I don't want to do. And so I may concede because you got the journalism background.
That's true. I do have a journalism background.
Yeah, that's a pretty good background. I do think, though, it sounds kind of like Miles would be quick to at least make it look like he's working because he'd be having the ChatGPT do all kinds of things for him. And so at least initially it would look like he's getting a lot done and he knew a lot. So, you can fake it till you make it sometimes.
Yeah, a little tortoise in the hare situation.
Yeah, I'm just going to be chugging along until Miles is getting drunk at work.
Eventually when we find out all Miles' work is hallucinated and wrong, then we'll have to fire him.
But then you're also going to find that Charlie was on some Delta 8 and just made up a conspiracy, and you're going to find out that's a hallucination as well.
I don't do the Delta 8 anymore. No.
That's the real stuff.
I read too many articles on Delta 8 through my research, so I no longer do that.
So give Nicolay Law a call, 1-855-NICOLAY, or go to nicolaylaw.com.
All right, thank you, guys.
Hello, Cameron. How are you? It's me and Charlie here on the... Or it's me and Miles. That's weird. My brain just got all messed up there, Cameron. Sorry. Had a glitch. Hang on. Let me restart it. Done. What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Not a whole lot. We're just chilling here at the bar. Hey, but we hear that you are a professional cornhole man.
I am.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I play for the ACL, the American Cornhole League.
You been on ESPN?
I have 3 times.
Okay, we might have to pull your highlights up.
Yeah,
later.
what are your stats?
My PPR, which is points per round, it's like a high 10. So that basically means I'm throwing a 10, which is 3 in and 1 on, or 4 in.
Wow, dude. You're like you're a prodigy.
Yeah, because you're 17, you said, or Jake was telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you become so good at cornhole? Just you and the old man in the backyard, or what?
Yeah, basically. He got me into it. And then from there, we would go to these bars, and he would basically get me in, and we'd play together, and we were like beating everybody, and they were getting so mad. And then from there, we started playing bigger events that were like more money and more people. And then we just started traveling more and more. And now I travel the world and play a circuit. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Is your old man in the circuit too?
No, he was good, but then he stopped playing and he wanted me to play with more people that weren't him, because he just wanted to take a step back. So, which is cool with me because I hated playing with him.
What's the worst part about playing cornhole with your dad?
Just the dirty looks, because it's like if I throw bad, then I'm mad, and then he's mad that I'm mad, and then we're both mad, and yeah. Like
every great athlete, like every great artist, you got a problem with your dad. Your dad pushed you too hard in the game of cornhole. Is it fair to say he's the Joe Jackson of cornhole dads?
Yeah, I would say that's pretty comparable.
Yeah, Tiger Woods' dad.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
too many expectations. Not enough delivery from you. All right. So are you and your dad in a good way now that you're not playing on the same team?
I'm loving it. I don't know about him, but I'm loving it.
Nice. So, like you said, you travel the world. Like, do you still go to high school or no?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I actually had to make sure that this call was pushed back because I just got out at 2. I live in New York, so I just got out at 2 over here. So
now in high school, are you like pretty cool, given the fact that you're a world-renowned cornholer?
I would say I'm pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
It's a lot different than back in my day. You know, you wanted to be the guy who's good at football so that you can be in it with the ladies, and now it's if you're a cornholer, you know, that's the way to their heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
Do you like go to school with all the sponsors on your cornhole jersey?
I know I don't go to school with my sponsors on my cornhole jersey.
Never have, just to kind of subtle flex. Oh, sorry, it just came off the road. This is all I had.
No.
I got a question for you about cornhole jerseys. Why are they so gaudy? Like, why do they have so much going on them, right? Like, you can do the sponsors everywhere, but like, you look at a professional sports team, any other team, they have sponsors all over their jersey, but the jersey isn't too busy, where I feel like every single one has like a cornhole bag exploding out of the front of it of an American flag, and the shards of the flag are flying. I'm like, why do they all look like that?
Well, my pro jersey, like with the Bush beans on it and the Mike's Hard and all that, when I put my sponsors on it, it's definitely not like a generic jersey. So I don't know why they do that design, like that scheme.
Yeah, it's like, can't they just do a solid color, like just a black shirt with sponsors all over? Why does it always got to be like a bald eagle driving a monster truck holding an American flag?
Yeah, it's the dumbest designs ever, and that's why I'll never wear them to school. To also back up what you said.
There you go. It's like the T-shirts that you get at the fair where they airbrush them. You know,
right?
That's what it feels like. Why can't we get some cooler looking?
Literally, exactly. It's like they had a 5-year-old just pick a bunch of things and be like, let's mesh these all together.
Yeah. And if one team had a jersey like that, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. But when everyone's got it, you're like, what are we doing here, guys? Let's switch it up.
It's so over the top.
Like, imagine if the Packers wore jerseys with like cartoon cheeses all over it.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
Hey,
once.
Yeah, once.
Packers. Hey, I'm a Packers fan.
Me too. Are you an owner?
I wish.
Yeah, you'll get there.
I don't think
you'll get there one day.
You should go to your economics class next period, and you'll learn that being an owner, there's really no benefits.
I got a question though. What kind of money do you make doing this?
Well, I have sponsors that pay for most of the trips, and then incentives from them with how I do, and then the tournament has winnings too. So all those tied together, it's pretty good for me just being 17.
What do you clear? Much? What do you clear in a year? Come on.
Before taxes.
Well, it does get sent to, I have a ACL app, and then it gets sent through that. Like, they don't pay cash. So I would say between league nights, which they pay cash, and then weekends where I play that, it's probably 30 grand, 30 to 40 grand a year.
Let's go.
It's not bad.
And if you weren't in school and a high schooler, you'd be playing more, you make more than that? Or is that kind of where you top out a little bit?
Yeah, I would definitely be able to make more. I'd have more time. And
I mean, there you go. So are you going to go to college, or are you just going right to the league?
I'm in league, dude.
No, I know, but are you going to go full time in the league?
Probably not. I want to become an electrician. So.
Wow. You're ready to give it all up to go be an electrician right now.
Be a Sparky, huh?
Well, no. How I look at it is like if I can do school in cornhole, then I can do a job in cornhole. So it's.
Hey, that's smart. That way when it comes time to do the electric in your home, you're not wasting your money hiring an electrician. Exactly. You can even you can customize the lights on your basement cornhole course.
My whole setup.
What do you call it? What do you call the cornhole area? Court.
You got lights.
Yeah, you want to light it. Make it look sexy. How do you think we just had a bowler on here talking about how bowling should be an Olympic sport. Do you think that cornhole should also be an Olympic sport?
Well, they tried. Like, they really tried pushing it, but the biggest thing is, like, if you're not, a lot of juniors play. When I say juniors, I mean, like, 18 and under. So a lot of junior players play. So it would be smart for them to try and get into it. But the biggest thing is all the older players right now, they drink, and there's no alcohol in the Olympics. So that would be just impossible.
So are you saying that they like quittily won't want to play if they can't drink?
Basically, yeah. A lot of them.
I love that about professional cornholers. That is great.
I can't do this sober.
It's like okay, like I can golf, but if there's no beer cart, then why are we going out there?
Exactly. That's how a lot of these guys are. It's hilarious. They got buckets. They're just buying them by the buckets.
Well, and they probably hit a sweet spot of some sort where there's just the hole is 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
They're 12 beers deep and suddenly the whole room is a hole and they're just hot dog down a hallway with that cornhole bag.
It's performance enhancing drugs. So, when you go out on the road,
it's so funny that's the main hang up. And it just so adds up that cornhole's such a Midwest thing that like that's the reason why they can't get Olympics is because like I'm not willing.
Can you imagine?
I'm not willing to win a gold medal if it means that I can't drink.
The guy negotiating with the Olympic Committee. So what you're telling me here is I can't have a beer out there. Yeah. Pack it up. We're going.
What kind of communist shit are you guys running?
We don't need you. We got Johnsonville brats.
Bush's Beans is on deck,
And Bush, yeah.
Is Johnsonville really? They really won out on that one, didn't they? Are they still the sponsor of the whole league?
No, they're not. It's Bush's now.
Oh, that just happened then.
I think 2 years ago, maybe.
Oh well, what the hell do I know?
Yeah, dude, come on.
I know.
Professional cornhole.
Hadn't been the case since you were 15.
Let's say I want to get better at cornhole. What are like the 3 things that I should focus on to get better at cornhole?
Oh my God.
The one thing that I do that I notice pros don't do is I do a 1 step into my throw, and I notice it's kind of like shooting a free throw in basketball. They don't jump when they shoot so they can make the shot the same. Is that really killing me doing the step?
Well, some people step.
Okay.
There's people that step, so I wouldn't say that's the issue.
Okay. Well, throw it at me. What should I do?
Well, dude, this is exactly why I called on, because people, when I go to like league nights, they're like, they always joke and they're like, oh, I got to pay you to help me with my throw. And then it's like, ha ha ha. And then they're like 30 questions later, they're just picking my whole brain out. And it's like, how do I get out of that? Because it's like, I'm 30 okays and cools in, and I can't get out of helping these people because they're down my throat. And I don't want to help them.
Right.
That's in Tiger Woods, how to get better at golf. Like, he doesn't want to give away his secrets and stuff.
Okay.
No. I get it.
He just called himself the Tiger Woods of the ACL.
I noticed that subtle flex.
Well, call me. All right, you can call me Justin Thomas then.
All right. Well,
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Jordan Spieth, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jordan Spieth is washed up. I'm not washed up.
True.
We will tell you how to get out of telling everyone your cornhole secrets as soon as you give us your cornhole secrets.
Yep.
Sound good?
Secret
right,
for a
that's a deal.
secret.
All right. So when I'm throwing the bag here, okay, am I adding a little spin to it? Because I usually add a little spin, make it go clockwise, and then it kind of grinds down like a little screw on the board, I've noticed. Is that a good tactic?
So a spin as in spinning it in the air like a pancake, or spinning it in the air
Like a frisbee.
Like a pancake.
Yeah, like a frisbee. Yeah,
Yeah, flat.
That's the best. That's the best technique. You want flat bag.
All right.
That's flat bags. Don't go horizontal bagging it.
Nope. You always need a flat bag, 'cause that's how you'll be the most consistent to keep the bag going straight up the board.
Yep.
Okay,
we got that. What else?
I would say this is kind of obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. Is the follow through. You obviously want to follow through straight to the hole. You know, it's just like any other shot. It's just you want to make sure your hand's straight every time. And the biggest thing too is hips. I know this sounds crazy, but like wherever your hips go, 9 times out of 10 your arms are going. So if you're stepping and let's say, are you a lefty or righty, Mike?
Righty.
I'm a lefty. Charlie's a righty.
I'm a lefty too, so this will be perfect
For you.
So when you step, do you step with your right foot? Obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when you're stepping, then your right hip's going farther than your left hip, and then that might cause your arm to follow through in a different way because all your momentum's not going forward. It's just your right side's going forward.
All right. So just like when I'm in the bedroom, I want all my energy going directly to the hole.
Exactly.
It's
like
this guy
like
procreates.
It's like a parallel. It's like a parallel. I don't know, parallel train track, I guess. It's just you want everything going, a fluid motion and a fluid follow through, everything straight.
Also, next week you can skip sex ed because I just gave you everything you need to know.
Perfect. I can thank you.
Yeah.
So if I'm right-handed, am I stepping with my right foot then?
Well, that's also
Your
all
left
preference.
My left foot.
Oh wait,
I
guess
can't do that.
I step with my right foot. That means you should step with your left foot, Charlie.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's your right foot. That's your right foot. There you go.
That's it?
Yeah. Well, how did you do it? Yeah. Just
okay.
like that.
Okay. All right. So
how were
left
you
foot.
doing it?
I was doing right foot.
Yeah. I mean.
Okay. I see now. I see.
Yeah.
I mean, some people step with the same hand they throw with.
Okay. So there are no wrong answers here in Cornhole Miles.
There is no wrong answers. Whatever you feel most comfortable.
Okay. Anything else that I need to focus on? What about mentally? Where am I looking? Am I looking at the hole? Am I looking at nothing? Am I doing it eyes closed?
I look at the hole personally, but some people look a little bit down on the board because that's where they want to land the bag.
Okay.
Do you want to land right before the hole and have it slide in?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't get the crowd going. Absolute dunk gets the people going.
It's true.
Oh, an airmail.
Yes, that's what it's called. And an airmail gets the people off their feet. I mean,
a roll back their feet too. Okay, do you guys know what a roll?
Where you knock it off, knock the other guys off the hole, and yours goes in.
No,
you hit the back of the hole, right?
Oh.
No, it's when a bag's in front of the hole, and then like your opponent's bag's in front of the hole, and then your bag rolls over their bag and into the hole.
Damn, you can do that?
Yeah, I can. It's a tough shot. A lot of people, like if you throw a faster bag, it's tough, but I throw a carpet bag. So it's just the material of the bag that helps.
Oh, carpet bagger. What's a carpet bag?
A carpet bag is a blank side of a bag, meaning you can't design it because it's carpet, and there's just different materials. It's not actually carpet. Like
I thought you were going to the hardware store and getting a carpet sample and fashioning it into a cornhole bag.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
Has anyone tried actual carpet as a material?
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, I guess I've never seen it, but the slower the bag, the worse it is.
So you can use different bags. There aren't standard bags.
There are standard bags, but there's different materials that you can use.
So, but you can choose whatever material. So it's not like corking a baseball bat. This is part of the game.
Yeah, it is part. It's there's different styles. So like if you want to just go in the hole every single time, or try to, if you could do that, you would never lose. But if you want to try and go in the hole every single time, you might throw a faster bag because it's more like apt to go in, versus a slower bag if you're trying to block the hole and create it to where you have to roll and shoot air mills.
Can you grab a different bag in the middle of the match?
No.
So once you start the match, that's what you're stuck with?
Game by game. So when you start a game and then end the game, the next game I could switch bags.
Can you have different bags? So like, can you throw a fast bag to start and then have a slow bag to hold up the rear?
No.
They all got to be the same.
Wow. Strategy.
But don't professional cornhole bags have two sides? So like they'll do a one on each?
Yeah, they do. I use the company's called BG Cornhole is what I use.
Shout out.
And hey, shout out BG Cornhole. They helped me out. And they got, personally, I think they have the best bag to roll. They have the best fill inside that feels the best. So
we used to sell local bags on our website with our logo on it.
Yeah, I remember you guys had them.
He's thoroughly unimpressed was his reply.
I thought they were a good bag.
I'm an OG, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. So when you were like 10 years old, you're watching content?
I was like 12. I was literally like...
We got to talk to your dad. Got to start putting some screen time limits on your phone.
Actually, it was the TV, YouTube TV.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do cornhole athletes, because you guys are athletes, do you guys, is it intense competition? Are people nice? Do you see fights?
Yeah, actually, basically everything you just said, you see.
Okay.
Yeah, all the above.
I would say like 99% of the people are awesome. You know, everyone's cool with each other. And the games are very competitive just because there's a lot on the line, you know, money-wise and points-wise.
Yeah, so, I made the mistake one time of making the cornhole tournament that we'd have on a frozen lake. The purse was like $5,000 or something. And
holy...
pros were just coming out of the woodwork. And it went supposed to be like this fun like beer drinking event, and it just turned into like pros like trying to win, and it was intense.
Wow.
Do you remember what the pros were?
No. There's a local guy that I think won it.
Cody Henderson?
I don't necessarily know his name, but if I saw his face, I would say hello to him. I've seen him multiple times in Fargo.
It was either probably Adam Hisner or Cody Henderson.
Okay, we'll look him up.
Yeah.
What's the equivalent to charging the mound in cornhole? Like charging the board. Does that ever happen? Like someone does a bad throw and piss the other guy off or something? Like, is there a standard? You know, like you drop your gloves in hockey? Yeah,
there are fights that happen, but it's never like, I don't really know, honestly. Like, a lot of it actually has to do with like trash talking, because there is a lot of trash talking. So that's how fights normally start. It never really has to do with actual cornhole. It's just people's mouths running.
Okay.
What does trash talk look like in the cornhole community?
It just, personally, I don't do it. I'm pretty quiet at the tournaments. Like, me and the bunch of junior players are pretty quiet. But I mean, I've seen, it's just like heckling. It's just like, you know, cheering against the person, but also heckling when they miss. And
take that bag and shove it up your cornhole.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I have one last question for you. Why is it that if I go and play a bunch of games of cornhole in an evening, my right butt cheek the next day is just sore, like I lifted weights? And the right leg is my plant leg, and I got it to that. Am I doing something wrong? Am I too tense? What's happening?
Yeah, you might be too tense. I mean, how big's your step? Are you taking a big step? What's going on?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm taking a bigger step than I think. Like maybe I'm like a pitcher on a mound. Just
maybe
big stride.
Miles, I wonder if you
never had my butt cheek hurt. So
you never have?
No, and I'm a lefty too, and I step with my right foot. So
Miles, I think you got to get to the bottom of this, honestly, for using yourself as a guinea pig, because how great would it be if you put your exercise scientist degree to work and you became like the trainer for the cornhole teams? You know,
it's just really tough to talk to a bunch of guys who drink while they're doing their professional sport about how to better their body, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, I would hire you in a heartbeat to help me out.
Are you sure?
What would you pay him?
Depends. There would be a week of like a practice for the coach, and then from there we'll go and see how good he really is.
Oh, so you want to do an audition? You want to do a little interview?
Yeah.
Trial.
Yeah.
It's all right. Trial. You'll see that I'm worth about 20% of your winnings. So.
Well, I mean that's not much.
Yeah, what, $6,000 for a full-time gig? Damn it.
Well, now to answer your question of how do you get people to stop coming up to you and asking like questions about cornhole like we just did for the past 20 minutes here?
Well, I mean, you guys like don't know like the actual game, like the actual, I shouldn't say the actual game, but just like you guys don't know the pro division. So it's reasonable for you guys to have questions. So, but these people like know what's going on. Like they've known me and like they know how to play the game. And it's like, I'm trying to play a tournament here. And like, you guys are talking to me about how to fix you guys' throw. And it's like, dude, can you just like let me play and not like keep talking my ear off? And then it's just like, it just gets annoying over time. So I was just wondering like, well, what would your guys' take be? Because I don't want to obviously be mean and then, you know, you can't do that. So
I think you need to, if you know anything about the chess community.
No.
Well, there's a guy named Magnus Carlsen, and he's the best chess player in the world. And he does a little psychological warfare with the people he's playing. He will show up late. His clock will start, and then he'll come out and make the person wait for him, and then he just goes. And so what you need to do is you need to just start removing yourself from the situation and be the cornhole man of mystery and just show up exactly when you're supposed to start. One, it's going to rattle your opponent, maybe make them a little pissed off, and then you also don't have to answer everyone's questions.
That is actually a really good point because I don't even practice before the tournament. Some people do, but I don't, so I don't even have to be there early.
Oh, he's not even out there doing practice putts before 18 holes.
No.
You know what else you could do if that doesn't work? Get yourself some sunglasses, some eye gogs with the fire racing stripes on. No one will talk to you.
No one?
No one.
Perfect. Might have to try that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could try sunglasses and headphones.
That's what I have done. Headphones, I have tried, but people still tap my shoulder, and then it's more annoying to take them out.
Have your dad dress up in a full tux and a clear earpiece that they have in the news and like the Secret Service, and just have him be your bodyguard.
There you go.
I was thinking you, Miles. Why don't you be my bodyguard?
Charlie, we should show up to a tournament in full tuxes and just be his security.
We should do that. Where are you playing? Are you coming to Fargo or Milwaukee anytime soon?
I think the closest to you guys would be Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Well, you let us know when you're in our zip code, okay? And we'll come on out and support. I'll dust off my best suit and earpiece. Well, this was pretty good. Did we answer all your questions there? Anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, not really. I think we're pretty good. Do you guys have any questions about the cornhole? I know it's not that popular that you come across the player that you can ask questions to. So.
What's a perfect number of beans in a cornhole bag?
I have no idea. I know they're plastic. They're basically like plastic pebbles, but there's like, specific weights that they have to be. I think it's like, shoot, I don't even know. Maybe like 1 pound a bag.
Pound a bag?
Yeah. So like you guys have like Walmart ones. They're definitely way lighter, or just any commercial store, like the cheap ones. They're definitely lighter.
Yeah, they're trying to save all the money on plastic beads that they can. Fast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate you calling in, man. This is great. I'm going to be looking for you on ESPN. I'm going to be, I think you just gained a couple fans.
You did.
I hope so. I'm a fan of you, so that'd be cool if we're like mutual,
We're mutual fans, and someday maybe we can be friends. We'll see, though.
What's your shout out? Are you on Instagram? Can we see your shots?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. Cam_D'Ambrosia.
Cam_D'Ambrosia.
Well, man, we appreciate you calling in, and good luck. Have a good weekend, and good luck at high school next week.
Yeah. We'll see you at your next tournament.
Actually, Monday I'm going striper fishing. I'm skipping school, so let's go.
Good for you.
Day.
Senior Striper Day.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Have a good one, man.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You betcha. Oh.
Is that it? Well, Charlie, that's another episode of the Bellied Up podcast in the books, my friend.
In the books. Good time, Smiles. It's been a pleasure. Pleasure's all mine. All right? And this is where you say, no, it's all mine, too,
no,
Charlie.
Charlie, it's all mine.
All right, folks. Well, make sure you get out here and golf sometime. And, right, Miles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ's Tavern.
CJ's Tavern, right here in the Rosebush Golf Course.
Something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, this has been a great time. You guys make sure you tip your bartender, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, hope you guys have a good one. Goodbye now. Toodaloo.